Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blake Ruffino from Are You Serious Sports, and this AYS short is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to bet on all your sporting action. BetOnline has you covered for all the news, scores, odds, and updates. It's literally the best way for you to place all your bets, and the best thing is it's free to sign up. Head on over to their website. Again, that's betonline.ag. Use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus for your first deposit. Again, that's betonline.ag. betonline.ag.
I'm very skeptical of the timing of this, of this coming out. And me being skeptical is not saying that it's not true. It's not saying that I don't believe it didn't happen. What I'm saying is that I think that the timing does come into question of why this is coming out. Now, you know, if we can't question things as a society, then I don't really know where we're going with this. But as I've come on this platform, whether it be with the Darius Geis thing, with Gloria Scott, whether it be Title IX, whether it be whatever the cases have been in reference to LSU being investigated, I have said, will continue to say, we have to let due process play out. We 1,000% have to let due process play out. If we are not able to allow due process to play out, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I see a lot of people making claims either that Sharon Lewis is this or Frank Wilson is that. Can we let due process play out? Now, my opinion is that we, and here are the facts. Like, this is not opinion when I'm about to give you. The facts are of this case that Sharon Lewis has made multiple claims. She's made the claim, and we talked about this Thursday, but she's made the claim about Title IX and cover-ups. She files a $100 million RICO lawsuit. That gets dismissed out of court. They give her the ability to come back in reference to other claims and other things that she can make in reference to I'm forgetting the word here, but regardless, the RICO case got dropped. Ed Orgeron was then brought into the case, and then he was eventually dropped from the case. Sharon Lewis, we also have a situation where we have audio tape that Gloria Scott, who accused Darius Geis of some of the same things in the Superdome, saying that she spoke with Sharon Lewis, and Sharon Lewis wants LSU to pay her money so Darius Geis can play in the bowl game. Guys, with all due respect, that's extortion. Now, again, I am not saying here's what I do believe. I do believe that there were some things that were going on that have to come into question, especially with Les Miles. Now, with Frank Wilson being brought into this case, I don't really know where this is coming from and why Frank Wilson wasn't added in the initial lawsuit. Now, I'm not saying Frank Wilson did or did not do anything. I'm not saying Sharon Lewis is or is not lying. What I'm saying is that I do believe that we have a situation here where we have multiple claims against LSU, and we don't have individual claims on individuals. What do I mean by that? Sharon Lewis is suing LSU. She's not suing Frank Wilson alone or Les Miles alone or whoever alone. She's suing the university and using these claims to back what she's trying to say. Now, there are a lot of questions I have on both sides. Frank, is this true? You know, LSU came out with a statement saying that we are unaware of this situation. Nobody knows, or it was never reported by Sharon Lewis that these kinds of events ever happen. There are more women that came out from and saying that these type of situations happen with Frank Wilson, but all of them under the same umbrella. My question would be to also journalists like Andrea Gallo and LSU Beat Tweet Glenn Gilbo, and we've had Glenn Gilbo on the show. And look, I will be honest. I have a lot of respect for Glenn Gilbo for taking the time to come on this show and debate something. Guys, that's not fun for some. Some people would deny to do that. And for that alone, I will give Glenn Gilbo credit where credit is due. And at least, even though we don't agree, he will come on here and talk about it. And we can have some kind of a civil discourse about talking about it. Now, The thing that I would ask those two individuals is when you're reporting these things in these hit pieces, where you keep saying that you have proof on these situations, but yet when they go to court, it's not presented there. At some point, from these cases alone, we're going to have to stop taking someone's word and start getting proof. Now, if it happened and Frank Wilson did it, or Frank Wilson did anything that is not right, that has to be executed on the highest form of the law. No one is debating that. No one is saying that that is something that we should look over or gloss over. Hell yeah, if something went wrong, we have to do everything in our power to make sure that those things don't happen again. I don't believe that anyone is saying not to do that. But for me, it's like if someone is in this group chat or one of my buddies comes over to my house and I call the police and the police come out here and I say, hey, my good friend Bob over here punched me in the face. I want Bob arrested. And I sign a witness statement saying Bob punched me in the face, and they go and arrest Bob. But what if Bob really never struck me in the face? What if he never hit me? That's how a lot of these legal systems go. We have to stop taking people's word and also getting evidence of the case. Guys, we've spent countless amounts of times on the Title IX, Gloria Scott, the Hush Blackwell report. The reason we didn't even come out here is that we're running through things in the Hush Blackwell report. Frank Wilson's not named. All of a sudden, he's being named when it comes out and it's released. And here's what's crazy. Here's what's extremely crazy to me. If you didn't notice it, now I'll go to Wilson Alexander because this was emailed to us through LSU. The LSU Board of Supervisors just approved all the assistant coaches for LSU, the on-field assistant coaches. It just went through the Board of Supervisors, and everybody was put through. Outside of Brad Davis, who was already in contract, that they are all approved by the Board of Supervisors, Frank Wilson included. Okay? So now, this past week, when Frank Wilson is approved to work at the university or Louisiana State University, now all of a sudden we have a situation where now Sharon Lewis is going to go after Frank Wilson. There are things that smell in this case. What's up, buddy? Okay, well, go get it. Okay, well, go get it, buddy. Daddy's doing a show. Go. It's not mean. Okay, Daddy's doing a show, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye. So in all of that, we have situations that we have to prove if what was right and what was wrong. Here's another thing. And something that dropped. Oh, go ahead. Bye-bye. Love you. Love you. I thought he was about to pull our camera out. Love you. He was grabbing for something. I thought he was about to grab our camera out. Let's end it with this. This is how the LSU beat and how the LSU reporters are doing this too, by the way. The LSU beat and the LSU reporters have been doing something that's a little nauseous to me. That we're never talking about. Like, there were so many things that talked about and so much pressure and PR around when Sharon Lewis sued LSU for $100 million. Maybe because it was $100 million that was in the tagline and the headline. Maybe that's what got so many people's interest. But what I'm not going to do is two things. I'm not going to debate people from other fans and other media members on this case when they don't know anything. That's number one. So to the Rudy Poo media members that are in my DMs on Twitter saying that you know something and you didn't even know that what the Hush Blackwell report is, do not come to me anymore. That's number one. But when the media is going to have to, when this comes out and is reported, and when the cases are dropped, like they have been in the past, There's no PR behind it. Nobody's talking about it. They'll write a short little report. Andrew Gallo will write a 2-paragraph column where this paragraph and everything that's being pushed out now is a very long column. And then, hey guys, by the way, it was dropped, and we don't talk about it. We never talk about it. We have to let due process play out. I have been screaming this for over a year, screaming it from the bleachers. Let due process play out. If somebody is wrong, let's go after them. If they aren't wrong, let's go after the people who's making claims on someone's reputation in life. Then what? You know, guys, like this morning, we have somebody reporting us on Facebook for publishing too much content. Publishing too much content. That's how crazy all this is. Because they don't like it. I don't care what you like. What are the facts? Like, where are we as a people? Where are we? It's one thing to have proof and then write this. It's another thing to say that you have proof. Well, where's your proof? At some point, I'm going to need to start seeing proof. So how long is this going to go on? How many times is LSU and former coaches and coaches now going to be accused of something before we start saying, please give me the proof? If you're a journalist and you're doing your journalistic integrity, or you have journalistic integrity, no, you don't. No, you don't. It fits your ideals and your beliefs. Beliefs do not care about the facts, right or wrong. They don't care. And as a society, we wonder, and I don't even know how to put this, but you know, like, if I'm wrong, people have an issue with not coming out on camera or article and saying, I'm wrong. You're going to be. If you ever want to do something like this, if you want to turn on a camera, newsflash, you're going to be wrong. Trust me, you're going to be wrong. There are things I slip up in here all the time. I am not perfect. You mean to tell me Jesus Christ couldn't hit a curveball? I lied. Here's the last point. We talk about what is Brian Kelly doing. Brian Kelly ain't going out there and talking to the media. He ain't said nothing, Blake. Where's Brian Kelly? But then yet, he's having to completely wipe out and clear out and cut the fat around the LSU football operations building because of what's been going on, and we're questioning what he's doing. Do you understand how idiotic that is? It's asinine to believe that your head coach of Louisiana State University has to come in and you're, whoa, what's he doing? What's he doing? And he's cutting the fat around LSU. And he's doing all these interviews and bringing people around his program, and you're asking him what he's doing. Guys, we've had a toxic environment around LSU, and to some extent, one of the biggest things that I will say that even though Ed Orgeron led a toxic environment, the toxic environment was already around Ed Orgeron as a head coach. Let's not fool ourselves with that. Ed was not placed with a lot of good individuals around him from an off-the-field standpoint. Now, what the man did is his own business. What he did was what he did. Let's get away from that. Les had the same issues too. I don't care if your granddaddy's granddaddy has a building named after him at LSU. If you ain't a reason why we're winning and losing, while Dare Rosenthal and all this compliance and everything around LSU, when Dare Rosenthal's going to the NFL draft running a 4.88 and should be your starting left tackle, and because of policies that are in place that are more strict than policies at the University of Alabama, what do you think? You think Ed's got something to help him with when Alabama can get away with something while he can't? Guys, Dare Rosenthal is going to be a second-round pick, more than likely. More than likely. At least that's where I think he's going to go. Let me say, that's where I think Dare can go. I can also see him third and fourth, whatever. But you have the fastest O-lineman in the NFL draft who should have been your left tackle, the most athletic, arguably the most athletic guy in the NFL combine. I'm saying draft. The combine, you had maybe the most athletic guy at the combine from an offensive line standpoint. Now, Dare Rosenthal has his own issues and has to take some of the blame too. You keep getting suspended off of one specific thing. That is a self-control, that is a mature thing. I understand that. But, like, come on. And then we're wondering about Brian Kelly while LSU's getting sued for $100 million. Somebody that he talked to and he brought in Frank Wilson, now all of a sudden it's in a lawsuit. I did not want to make this whole episode about the Frank Wilson lawsuit type, lawsuit thing, whatever. But you want to talk about what the toxicity around LSU? You know how all this changes? You do it as a fan base. You make an uproar about the media not reporting facts. Facts are not your beliefs. Facts aren't one person's testimony.